How many promises did you delay to tomorrow? Again? Waiting for the perfect plan, perfect mood, perfect moment. What if comfort isn't safety? It's sabotage? Be honest. Have your excuses become beautiful enough to believe? If that stings, good. I'm talking to you. You say you're stuck, but you're not stuck. You're padded. Padded by warm distractions. Padded by scrolling that numbs instead of heals. Padded by goals that live in your notes app, safe and silent, where they can't fail and you can't grow. You tell yourself stories. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll start when life is calm. I'll start when I know every step. Weeks pass, then months, then a year you don't get back. Comfort is a cage with velvet walls. It feels soft while it steals your future. You blame time. You blame tools. You blame the past. But if we stripped away every excuse, what would be left is simple and scary. Action you haven't taken. You want the result without the risk. You want the win without the wound. You want confidence before the first rep, when confidence only grows after it. Perfection has you by the throat. It tells you, not yet. It shows you what could go wrong until your courage shrinks. And every time you delay, the identity of someone who delays gets stronger. That's the real trap, not the task, the identity underneath it. When did you start believing you need to feel ready to be ready? Who taught you that waiting is safer than trying? Look at your life in quiet honesty. The moments that changed you, were they comfortable? Were they perfectly planned? Or did they start with a shaky first step? A voice that trembled, a heart that raced, and a decision that said, do it anyway? You say you're afraid of failure, but the failure you're living is softer and slower. It's the failure of potential. Watching the person you could be stand just out of reach, whispering, I'm here when you choose me. You compare. Their highlight reel, you're behind the scenes. You think they're built different. No, they're just built. Brick by honest brick. 10 minutes at a time when nobody watched. Ask yourself, if you did the unglamorous things for 90 days, no perfect plan, no viral miracle, how different would you be? Here's the turn. You don't need a new life tomorrow. You need a new rule tonight. Small, sharp, non-negotiable. Not a dream, a decision. 3 rules to break the trap. 1. The 3-2-1 rule. When you feel the urge to delay, count down. 3, 2, 1, start. Not a sprint, a single motion. Open the dock, put on the shoes, press record. Momentum beats mood. 2. The 10-minute contract. Promise only 10 minutes. You'd be amazed how often 10 becomes 30 when you simply begin. Starting is the heaviest lift. Lift it. 3. No 0 days. Every day gets a brick. Tiny bricks build brutal castles. A line written, a set completed, a page read, no 0 days, ever. Add 1 identity shift. I'm the kind of person who does it when it's tiny and ugly. Read that again. Tiny and ugly. Because perfection is just procrastination in a suit. Start rough. Refine later. Repeat forever. Discipline first. Motivation later. Action creates the feeling you're waiting for. You don't need the perfect plan. You need a simple path you actually walk. Clarity comes from movement, not thinking. Stop negotiating with your mind. It will always sell you comfort. Your job is to raise the price. Understand this. Pain is a bill you must pay. You either pay it now with discipline or pay it later with regret. Both hurt. Only one pays you back with a life you respect. Another truth. You don't have infinite tomorrows. There will be a last day you could have changed, and you won't know it was the last until it's gone. So we anchor to proof. Daily proof. A scoreboard you can't lie to. Make it visible. A calendar with X's for each day you showed up. A habit tracker on your wall. A notes page titled Receipts. Every small win documented. Proof kills excuses. Excuses thrive in places without evidence. And yes, expect resistance. Expect your brain to bargain. Expect friends to say, take it easy. Expect the old you to knock every morning. Open the door. Let them talk. Then get to work. Quotables to tattoo on your week. Comfort is the enemy with good manners. Motivation is a reward, not a prerequisite. Perfection is the slowest form of fear. The future doesn't care about your reasons. It only records your results. Start ugly. Stay consistent. Finish proud. Practical map, 60 days. Days 1 to 7. Build the floor, not the ceiling. Pick one goal. 1. Define the smallest repeatable action. Write 100 words. Do 15 minutes of study. Do one workout set. No 0 days. Days 8 to 21. Protect your window. Choose a non-negotiable time block. Same time daily. Phone outside the room. Timer on. Stop when it rings, even if you're on fire. Teach your brain. We do this every day. Days 22 to 45. Add friction to excuses. Delete the app that steals your mornings. Sleep with your shoes by the door. Open your project before bed. Your environment should make it easier to do the right thing than the easy thing. Days 46 to 60. Raise standards, not goals. Edit the work. Increase the reps slowly. Share your progress with one person you respect. You don't chase motivation now. You chase momentum. Right now, before this video ends, pick one area you've been avoiding. Health, skill, career. Message the future you owe. Write a single sentence. I break the excuse loop by doing kaptaluang for 10 minutes, every day for 60 days. Say it out loud. Open the document. Put on the shoes. Press record. 10 minutes. Today gets a brick. Drop your sentence in the comments with the words, "No more tomorrows." If you miss a day, don't disappear. Post back on and lay the next brick. Because here's the real secret. You're not chasing a goal. You're building a self who keeps promises, a self who moves without permission from fear, a self who chooses progress over perfection, momentum over mood, truth over comfort. Stop making excuses. Break free. Start small. Start now. And when it hurts, smile. That's the sound of the cage unlocking.